Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Theme here, and welcome to today's video on the channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about the new gauntlet that Wizard101 just released, and I want to talk about how the current loot system is and how it really does not affect the player base in a good way. Now, this video might come across as ranty and a bit negative, but at the end of the day, I just want my, criticism to be constructive, and I want to see the game do better. So forgive me if I am a bit ranty, but I have done a lot of runs with this gauntlet. I think I have a good idea on how the system is, so I think I'm very qualified to speak on it. That being said though, again, I think this gauntlet is really good. In my opinion, probably one of the more innovative gauntlets KI has done over recent years. We do have some kind of pity system. It may not be really good of a pity system at all, but at least they thought of that, which I can appreciate. And yeah, without further ado, y'all, let's get right into this video. So the first thing I want to bring up about the gauntlet is going to be the drop rates. Now, right now, you can only get the gear from the last fight of the entire gauntlet, and that's fine, right? But the problem with this is the fact that you only get one piece of gear that gets dropped, pretty much. And I have done, I want to say, maybe about 10 runs of this gauntlet now, and I think I've gotten 1 or 2 pieces, and those other 8 runs, I haven't gotten a single drop. I've only gotten housing items, I've only gotten jewels. I'm doing this to get the storm robe or the storm ring, for example, and all I'm getting is housing items and jewels, which is horrible. So the drop rates are really bad. You only get 1 drop. You're not even guaranteed 1 drop. That's a huge problem, right? And then let's say you get 1 drop, there's like so much stuff you could get. You're never going to get what you want from this, right? So it is good that they have a pity system, but the pity system doesn't even work, The pity system, which I'll be showing, a little bit later on in this video, is at the end of the gauntlet when you beat the last fight and you go back to the spawn area, you can craft, the decks, amulets, rings, and themes, I believe. But you cannot craft the hat, robe, shoes, or wands, or pets or mounts, obviously. But yeah, kind of bad. So to me, it seems like KingsIsle just doesn't really care, I guess, about the player. Because if I'm trying to get a piece of gear and then I have to go, get 1 in 100 pieces of gear, that's not gonna work. And if I'm not even guaranteed a drop per fight, that's just really freaking bad. I'm getting housing items and jewels. It's really, really bad. So the amount of drops you get per fight should be raised, and you should be guaranteed a drop rate every fight, is basically what I'm saying. Because right now, you're not guaranteed a drop at all, and the pool is way too big to even get any sort of drop that you may or may not want. So yeah, that's my first point, man, is the last fight is, a decent, cool fight, but the drops are really bad. The drop rates are really bad. It's just horrible, horrible loot on that fight right there. But the next thing I want to talk about is the pity system. Okay, so again, cool pity system. I appreciate that they thought of putting in a pity system, right? Yeah, now my issue with this one is the fact that you can't even craft all the gear you want, What if I want, like, the hat, robe, shoes, or wand, right? I just can't get that from here, unfortunately, right? Now, I am gonna craft the ring, when I can. But you're probably like, okay, Liam, well, how do you even, get the pity system? Well, you have to beat the gauntlet, and then once you beat the gauntlet, you go back to the spawn, right? And then you have to get a badge, which is rumored to be complete the gauntlet 50 times just to craft whatever piece of gear you want. And again, that's excluding the hat, robe, shoes, and wand, which a lot of players want. So I guess my complaint here would be the fact that 50 runs is too much. You cannot craft what you want from the gauntlet, right? You can't craft, you can't craft your hat, robe, shoe, wand, what you might want, but you can craft a couple of things, which I guess is cool. And I mean, even just having half the stuff, I guess, is neat and cool and all, but like 1 in 100 is just such a bad ratio. We died, holy cow. So at the very least, I would like to see the number of completions cut down. I would like to see, you know, all of the gear being able to be made, whether it's, you know, just give us all the gear, you know, hat, robe, shoes, wand, ring of fame. Let us craft whatever we want with a full pity system, kind of how like Novus is, because I don't understand why we have a pity system and then you can't craft exactly what you want. So what's the point in that? It seems like a missed opportunity on King Sal's part, in my opinion. So we've talked about the pity system. We've talked about the last boss drop rates as well. I'd say those are the two main problems. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the pack. Now, I'm biased towards hitting this pack because I spent 60,000 crowns and I did not get one of the two pieces I wanted. So I spent those 60k on my storm. I wanted the storm ring and the storm robe. Never got it, okay? And I've done, you know, runs of this gauntlet, stuff like that. Still don't have it. Still didn't house the items and crap. So I think the pack system, again, is very dated, very flawed. I think King Sal could use some kind of pity system in the crown shop because that's just insane. I've spent 100,000 on a culture trying to get that, never got it. Spent 100,000 on the Chompy Bronto, never got it. Spent 60k on this new pack, never got what I wanted, you know? So I think King Sal really needs to do something about their current pack system. It's very predatory, not consumer friendly at all. Definitely, it's an out-of-date feature, the loot box system. So I think they really need to look into their monetization there and audit it a little bit. And yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about it, is the pack is just not good. Again, there's just too many things you're getting. You know, if I was on a storm and, you know, I only got storm items, then that pool would be better. But the problem is I'm getting 100 items that I might only want, I don't know, 2 items from, and 100, you know? The odds aren't good for the pack, for doing the gauntlet, and I think pretty much everybody can universally agree on that who has done this stuff. I know some people have only spent like, you know, 2,000 crowns, 15,000 crowns, and got what they wanted, which is good. I'm happy for you. However, that you can't really ignore the fact of the matter that, you know, the system isn't consumer friendly, and you have players putting in all this time and just still not getting anything. So I think that's a huge red flag, and I know the community has been very concerned about this for a while now. And I figured I'd make a video talking about, you know, all 3 points: the pack, the pity system not being good, and the drop rates being really bad for the last fight. But yeah, I think that is everything I have to say here, really. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Again, it's probably a bit more of a negative one. Forgive me for that, but, you know, I have to get my point across, you know, some way with how the community's feeling and how the current system is, and it's just really not consumer friendly, whether you're buying packs or whether you're just, you know, farming the gauntlet. You know, I don't want to sell my soul to KI and still not get something for it, you know? But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts and feedbacks in the comments below on this topic. I look forward to reading it, and yeah, without further ado, I will see y'all on the next video here on the channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, y'all.